Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful, fantabulous, and mystical day. Over here on the mystical side of life, we're going to be doing a new exploration thing. So, I kind of want to get into the hang of making YouTube videos and stuff. So, I wanted to kind of start up a new series, or not really a series, but just kind of make videos, I guess. And basically, I'm gonna have a schedule and I'm gonna upload certain videos online. And this video is going to be called All Art No Breaks, where we go into a deep dive on ArtStation and we find things that we like, and we talk about them and we share them. And then on another day, we're gonna do character designs and stuff like that based on the stuff that we find. Haha, cool. Okay, so right now we're on ArtStation. There's a lot of really cool artists. If you're not familiar with ArtStation, ArtStation is a platform where a lot of artists, illustrators, character designers, 3D modelists, and background designers, and everything and or whatever you can think of go to in order to post their work and get work for whatever it is they're doing. This looks really cool. So I'm going to set a timer for about maybe a little bit of time. And we're going to just go through ArtStation. Now, I'm a big fan of going through ArtStation. I really enjoy going through ArtStation mainly because you get to see what other people are doing. You get to find cool references or like how they think of doing things, like in terms of illustration or concepting and things like that. So we're going to set a timer for around 10 minutes and then we'll see what we can find. All right, so Yuho Kim, really good artist. You can see their character concepts. I like how they did like all female kind of group. And I like the different shape design that they kind of use for each one with the concept. And they just kind of like this one's a little bit has the fur. This one has the fur, but they also have a bunch of other weapons on their back. I like this one, strong. That that axe though. These are cool. I like these. Another side note is that we're not going to be going through like this the ones that say like you like special explicit or anything. I'm just going through the ones that are not blurred out because it's YouTube and I don't want to get in any trouble. This is cool. I like how there's like a flower thing. What are these called again? They're like swinging ring things that you throw at things. That's cool. Anywho, let's keep going. I don't want to get too distracted with any one, although that one was pretty cool. Um, Also, so these are the ones we're not going to click on, by the way. So also, like things that I am specifically looking for are not illustration things, not things that are like too crazily polished, but mainly just like the sketchy stuff or things that have um, like concepts like this, where it's just like, okay, they're character illustrations, they're ideas of things. This guy's cool. I like him. Maybe it's a girl. I can't really. No, it's a guy. It's the same one, right? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But these are cool. I like how they kind of thought of like how the character was going to kind of move around. What is this thing tied to? Is it their shoe? Maybe it's not tied to anything. Maybe it's just going in the background. I think it's part of this one, and it goes down behind the character, then it goes around. That's cool. What would be the purpose of tying both of your blades together? How would they fight? Hmm. Oh, so they sketch them all like this, and then they just render them. That's a good idea. I found a really cool artist that I'll show you a little bit later on, or like in a couple minutes. But it was a really cool character design that I thought represented A, character design really well, and B, how to showcase your character designs, which are going to be notes that I'm going to be taking for my work in general. This is cool. I like the background for this one and how they presented their characters. I think it's a little complex with like what they're doing, but I think it's enough to read. This is cool. Hmm. I like the side things. The silhouettes on these, they're kind of sharp. This is part of this. I like it. I like it a lot. Space Bomb. You're doing pretty good work, man. So, let us keep going through. So, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm a really big fan of, like, doing like anime style stuff. I'm me particularly. I'm not really good at doing anime style stuff. I do more cartoony type things because I like cartoony type things, and that's like what I kind of gravitate towards. But anime stuff has just got a special place in my heart because partly I really enjoy it, but the other part of it is it's just really badass. And I've grown up with like anime and stuff, so I'm a big fan of anime stuff. Um, and it's just a general good rule of thumb with me is if I find something that's anime related, I'm probably going to like it, or like check it out because I think it's interesting to me. So we're actually in the ArtStation character design category. If you didn't know, I might go into fantasy in a little bit, but I mainly want to just look at character design stuff. This one's cool looking. Oh, that's nice. TTNY Yushion. Wuxian. This is by Wu Shean. Wu Shenyou. This is cool. He has like a hat and it has like this thing. I thought these were teeth, but they're just little buckles. That's cool. He has a little gem. A common thing I'm seeing with character design stuff that people have made is that they line up their characters in a blank background. When I have seen some character designs like put like little rocks and stuff in the background just to kind of silhouette the character and have them pop, and then also to give something to the background because it's kind of boring looking. But I can see why you would do this for these types of characters because it's like a lineup, so you can see the character and you don't focus too much on the background, which is good. That's not a bad thing. I do think it is. It would be cooler if you did this and then also put like their weapon here, or like maybe it's something that's special to them that makes them unique, not only in their outfit but also in like the things that they use. So like maybe you do like a helmet here. But this looks like the type of thing like post that you want people to see for the design. This one's cool. I like how he has the flag here. His silhouette in comparison to the other one, they just have really good silhouettes actually. Like none of the characters, like even from their faces, look like resemble even in the slightest. Like her and him and him and him don't have really good. Like they're really good at distinguishing them and how they do the beards and stuff too. It's just really nice. I like this. I forget what it's called where it's like a more I want to say Middle East like the sword. I just really like this sword. I used to not think it was that great, but this is like a more of a dagger. And then this one is probably a sword. I don't know how far it goes behind them, but I guess if it was further, it would be a sword. I guess this is just a thing. One thing I really like when people do character designs is when they super exaggerate something. So like, let's say the sword, you see how it doesn't go behind the character, but it would break the silhouette and it would go all the way over here. Like maybe even cut off here. I think over here is a little bit too much because it'd be breaking this one. But like somewhere around here, this line, you just do like boom. You just draw the end of the sword. I think it would be really cool. Just to break that silhouette a little bit more. This is cool. Like I said, I really like this. They really thought out the flag thing and how they did the colors in this. Just really speaks to me. I just like it. These are dope. I like how they render out their swords as well. It's very crisp. There's no like there's not a ton of like mm, blending. It's just like a couple of strokes with your stylus and then you're pretty much done. I'm sure it's thought out a lot because this is very reminiscent of like Max Grech type work. I'm actually gonna follow this person because I really like their work. Ooh, got like a poison daggery thing look going on. I like the dagger or the spear. I mean, I've been doing a lot of research on like spears and like swords and shields and things of that nature. And one thing that I found out is that a lot of weapons are designed around a purpose. So if you want to think of a weapon or a concept design for a character, think of how they fight or what it is they're fighting, so that you can better determine what kind of a weapon they're going to use to fight. Because while a sword is really cool and it seems like really plausible to be fighting humans, which by the way, brief description of swords is that they're usually not the best tool to be using to fight somebody because they're so short. That's usually why you see swords be really long. I think like a halberd with that's really long. It's almost the size of a spear if you hold out your arm. That's why they're so long, is because you want to get that range and you don't want to have to be so close to people. Which is why spears are really good and they're really good primary as well. And that's why during wars and stuff in the actual world it was um, pretty prominent. Oh, power, military, and money. Oh, and then you showcase like in their world. This is cool. This is really cool. I'm gonna take notes on this. I like how they have like the different categorizations of characters like from different kingdoms and how they're using different color palettes. But I also really like how they have like there's a little bit of a bio to them where it's like, oh, who's stronger in this kingdom or dynasty or whatever. I think that's really cool. Okay, moving on. So, actually, I'm gonna put this into my study pile. If you don't already, you should probably get a study pile. I noticed that a lot of artists actually, when they're on ArtStation or just in general, like a lot of my friends tell me that they're not a big fan of going through ArtStation because it makes them feel bad, and it makes me sad because I like the idea of like going on ArtStation and like liking all these people's things and just exploring and getting a good feel for like how other people are doing things and then improving your work with little things and minor adjustments. This is really cool. I know I kind of ramble on and just kind of talk, but like when I see all this stuff, I'm like processing things while I'm also trying to deliver things on a YouTube perspective, and it's kind of difficult when you're just kind of like winging it. All right. So this is going to be Highs or Haze. I think it's Highs. And they're another, I believe, Chinese, maybe Korean artist. This is a hammer or an axe, maybe. Then this is. I wonder if this thing would move. I think it's just a cool drawing. I don't really know its utility. Like, I don't know what this thing is. Maybe it's like an anvil? I like how they made their little ghost thingies. I think these are really cute, but they're also like a little bit of insight of like being a death, whatever. This is cute. I just like these things. These things are really nice. The design overall is really nice. I like how they have their armor kind of set where it's just kind of like different shapes and stuff. But I'm a really big fan of like when people do this stuff and it actually like gives it a little bit more depth, especially if you did the shading like over here and then you treated it kind of like the metallic thing that the other person had done. Well, I mean, you did do it a little bit here, but I think really pushing that highlight would be really nice because you have a little bit here on the skin. Just pushing the highlights would be a little bit better, I think. But personal opinion, not that they have to do it or anything. They're obviously better at what it is they do. So we're going to look at their profile real quick because sometimes I don't click the profile and I miss up on a lot of stuff. Yo, these are really cool. They use a lot of sharp angles in this design. I like this. And then anime stuff, which is kind of cool. I like these. I like it when people do this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I like to see in character designs when you're just kind of concepting it out and then you do line work and push it onto the next phase, which is like line work and then you do like or not line work, sorry. You do the concept sketch, which is this, then you do the line work pass and you put flats in, then you put your colors in and then you render and then it's done. Render and then you can do touch up at the end of like little things like, oh, this line over here is like a little messed up or the edge on this needs to be rendered a little bit more. Just little things like that. I think is a really good way to approach it. But I do like this design as well. We're gonna follow this person because we like their work. Anyways, dudes, thank you for joining us on this video. If you liked what you saw or you liked any of the artists that I had done some little bit of exploration with, you can go ahead and check out their profiles. I'm sure you can slow down the video and check out their work. Unfortunately, I don't want to keep these videos too long because, you know, when you go on ArtStation and you really like a lot of the artists that go there, unfortunately, you just end up scrolling through there for hours and hours and hours. So just set yourself a time limit, go through ArtStation, find a bunch of cool things, collect them, save them as references, and then you can use them for whatever it is that you need in the future. Also, giving them good names and things like that, leaving likes on their stuff helps them as the artist be able to find work and things like that and commenting on their things, blah blah blah, social media. Anywho, speaking of which, if you like the video, make sure you smash that like button by hitting the thumbs up. If you like this YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. You can hit the subscribe button if you want any highlights on the next future videos. Go ahead and hit the bell icon right next to the subscription thing. I know a lot of work for very little results, but trust me when I tell you that it's going to save you a ton of time because you're not going to actually have to go to my profile to find out that I posted a new video because it'll just go up into your feed and you won't have to worry about it. So, good. So, yeah. Hopefully, you guys liked what you saw. Big shout outs to a lot of the artists that I showcased on here. Their work is fantabulous. I know I kind of glazed over a lot of other artists while I was thinking about things, but it's not because I don't particularly like their thing. It's just because I like very specific type of character design, and I don't think fully rendered polishes do character design enough justice. I like this. This is cool. It's like a elevator thing, and then it opens it. Or maybe it's not an elevator thing. I don't know what that is. Anywho, that's Chris something. Chris Campbell. They work at Riot. So, yeah. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Stay mystical, and don't forget, go do feed your dog.